Well, hey guys, how you guys doing on this lovely Sunday afternoon? Hope you guys are having a had a great weekend. Hopefully your weekend has gone pretty good. And getting back into the jersey comparison videos here, and looking at some of the teams that I have that some of the teams I've already looked at, but there's some other jerseys in their lineage that I wanted to kind of do some comparisons to, because I said there were some teams that were probably going to get a second part to it, maybe even a third on some of them. And this one, I know I've done a comparison of New Jerseys before, but there's two other ones that I kind of wanted to compare, and it's the same look, it's the same type of look, but different years. Different years, same look, but different years. And the first one I wanted to show was this one. This was I've shown on in videos. This particular jersey I have in that I am actually wearing in my senior class picture, or one of my senior class pictures. And it's a very, it's a pretty, it's a pretty decent look, I mean, this was me, 1996. God, look at that hair. You can kind of see, the reflection of the light there, but yeah, look at that hair. Boy, look at that young kid. What the hell happened? But yeah, I'm wearing that jersey, with the big mop of hair that I had. But yeah, there's me wearing the New Jersey Devils. They were the reigning, defending Stanley Cup champions that year, which is why I wore them. Because a lot of people, some people had been like, well, why did you pick New Jersey? And I was like, well, they were the reigning Stanley Cup champions, so I thought, why not? I figured, oh, what the heck, I'd wear them. So here it is. This is the jersey I was wearing in that picture. It's crazy to think that I have that, and that's my senior class picture. That was 1996, which oddly enough is coming up on 30 years. So it goes to show how far back this jersey goes. This also is the jersey that I always, when I do my jersey unboxings, I give the little PSA about being careful when you're opening or unboxing or unbagging a jersey. Be very careful if you're using a knife or a box cutter or something, because this is the jersey I use for it. Because you might kind of be able to see it there. You see that right there? That right there is the reason why I was so excited when I got this jersey. I was so excited. I grabbed the box, not knowing where the jersey was in there, and I grabbed a box cutter. I was so excited. I just cut it open, and it cut the shoulder on the jersey. When I saw that and realized I did that, I almost cried. I literally almost cried. I couldn't believe how boneheaded, I was. So when I give the little PSAs when doing the jersey unboxing about being very careful, and don't just go off, half cocked with a knife, and just be careful with it. Be careful. Just do it slowly, because you never know where the jersey could be sitting inside a box or a bag, and you might have that happen. Because yeah, you can kind of yeah. So just you always got to be careful. This is the jersey that I use, that I talk about when I do that PSI. But This was a jersey I got. This was 90. When did I get this? 1994, maybe. You can kind of tell in the, you can kind of tell up close. I mean, the video probably doesn't quite show it. This obviously, when this was new, this was a nice white. It's kind of a more, the white is it's kind of a discolored now, because I mean it's 30 years old, or it's more than 30 years old. It's this jersey right here is probably at least 31 years old. So yeah, it's a little, the white in the logo is a little different. Obviously, the logo too is a little different. You can see kind of you can see, this is all kind of embroidered thread and all that. But yeah, this is the jersey I was wearing in my senior class picture. Well, I upgraded it, and I got this one. A few years later. Probably, I believe, probably in 2000 when I got this, when the New Jersey Devils won the Stanley Cup again, and I kind of upgraded it. And it's the same. I mean, same look, same type of look. The logo is a little differently. It's not all threaded. The logo is not all threaded. It is more of that. You can kind of see the look there, and so that is kind of how the logo is different. And obviously the logo is different in sizing. The logo here on this jersey, it is, I mean, granted, this is a smaller jersey. This is a men's large. So the logo is obviously smaller than this one. This one, of course, a little bigger. This is a 2XL. But a couple things that are different here. This here that's all one piece. You can see that's all one piece. And then you go to this one just a few years later, it's a separate piece. They started doing that in the later 90s and into the 2000s, was when you had the striping there, it was a completely different piece of fabric. You can see how this one is sewn in there. This one is all one piece. And it's the same, obviously, on the bottom. That's all one piece, as you can see. And then you go to the 2001 right there. It's a separate sewn piece. So they definitely have their own little differences. Obviously, the logos are different, as we back up, and of course, New Jersey. Since then, I mean, they've kept a relatively similar look. I mean, obviously, this one they decided we're going to change up the stripes, which I still don't understand. I think the striping here is just fine, but yeah, these are both CCM jerseys. You can kind of the CCM logo on here. You can kind of see it's you run it through a washing machine enough times, and it just kind of peeled away because it was just kind of printed on there. While on this one, you had it kind of sewn on, but it was a little different tag. And of course, the CCM tag is they actually started putting the tags a little different up here, where on this one they did not. They didn't put the CCM tag in there yet. They hadn't done that in the mid 90s. They just had the size tag. But yeah, two jerseys, very similar, but have little differences. And of course, give a little closer look shot there. The logo is definitely smaller here than it is here. And the threading, of course, this is kind of all threaded here. This one is just kind of, well, that might actually yeah, because you can kind of hear that in comparison to that. So yeah, slight differences. These jerseys, of course, they are about about 5 years apart. 5 or 6 years apart. Because this, I believe I got, because the Devils won the Cup in 95. Would it have been 95 that I got? No, it would have probably been about 94. Or maybe even 93 when I got this. I might have gotten this one the first year they went to this style. From the and from rebranding to from the red, white, and green to the red and black. So I might have even been 93. No, it might have been 94. Yeah, I think it might have been 94. Somewhere in there. But yeah, this particular Devils jersey, yeah, this was I believe probably 94. And yeah, I mean, it was just a great look, and yes, a very, and I will continue to say this whenever I do my jersey unboxings, I will continue saying in the little PSAs, be careful when you're cutting a bag or a box open, because that could happen. It's one thing I've always, this is the jersey that I do my PSA that I talk about when I give those little quote public service announcements. But yeah. So let me know though. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Which one do you think is better? Do you like how they used to use and do it all in one piece, even the printing, the way they did the striping on here? Do you like the way that's done on here? Or do you like the separate piece from this one? About a 5 or a 6 year difference between these two jerseys. They look very similar, but they do have some little differences. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Which one do you like better? Or even, or do you like this one better? New Jersey's had some, for the most part, they have, they've kept a very similar look since those mid-90s. The red and black has been a consistent look, which is good. I kind of would like to see them go, I'd like to see them maybe even keeping the same colors, but do that 80s look. Separate the green, instead of having the green, do black instead of green there, but do that 80s, that the original look that they had, that striping. I think that would look phenomenal. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think about those? Hit that like button. It definitely helps out the channel. Only takes a second. Also, subscribe to the channel. Subscribing to the channel will mean you will get to see jersey unboxings, or or videos like this, or just whatever videos I do, hockey talk. You will get to see that by subscribing to the channel. Also, subscribing to the channel, hit that notification bell. That will notify you anytime future videos are uploaded, so you know when those videos go live. You get notified when they go live, and you can go and watch them. And yeah, so go ahead and do that. And by all means, share the videos. Share this video. Share whatever video you would like from the channel. If you go and you watch a video and you're like, hey, I think people should see that, go ahead and share them. You can do that with any video from the channel, because I love being able to have my videos reach the masses, because the door to Larry's House of Hockey is open to everybody of all, any type of fan, whatever. Even if you're not a fan and you just like hockey stuff, we welcome you here. And yeah, so let me know though what you guys think of the mid '90s, early 2000s New Jersey Devils looks. And let me know let me know if you like the subtle differences in the logos and the way they made the jerseys. Let me know which ones you guys liked. So yeah, so like, comment, subscribe, share the videos. I will see you guys later.